Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be programming some C#. So I'm using Visual Studio 2019 for this. You can easily download it. It's free. I'll leave the link in the description. It shouldn't be hard to. Usually I'd use Visual Studio Code, but this is a bit easier to set up. So let's just use this. So click create a new project and make sure you've selected C#. If you haven't downloaded this yet, it will just give you a quick line where you can download it. It's pretty easy to do, but if you get stuck, then there's plenty of things online for that. But anyway, click console application and next, and your project name, I'm just going to say example project, and this is where I'm saving it. You can save this anywhere, it doesn't really matter anyway. So just click next, and now it's going to, and click create, and now it will create your project. So just wait, it's really quick. Okay, so now it's done, and it's put some code here for us already, but I'm going to delete this for now. And you'll see we've got our program.cs here under our example project. This is just a file of code that is put for us. But anyway, we're going to do it from scratch. So in here we'll just create using system. This means that it's using all the data we've got from our computer. Yeah, it needs a capital S. Now put namespace, and I'm going to put example project. This is the name of your whole project, so it doesn't really matter what you've put as long as there's something there. Now I'm going to put class program. The class is basically just a bit of code. We'll go into different classes later, but for now just put class program. And you'll see that each time I'm typing these, I'm typing some curly brackets here, so not normal brackets. These are normal brackets. I'm typing these things, and if you're using something like Visual Studio, if you type 1, it will automatically create 2, and if you click enter, you'll automatically start typing inside them. So it's just a bit quicker than trying to do it manually. But anyway, once you're in them, you can now put void main, actually static void main, and then some parentheses, and remember to open it up. So a void is basically a group of code or a function that so main gets called every time that the code starts or the program starts. But if we have another void, and you can call these anything, so I'll call mine not main, and remember your parentheses, and open that up. And now in main we can call not main, but by typing not main and then the parentheses, and to say that we're doing something, you put a semicolon at the end. But that doesn't matter for now. At the minute we're just going to start off with main, and in main we should, and I'll just put string args in it. Don't worry about that for now. In fact, let's not even do that. So in here, I'm going to put console, and we're accessing the console, so we have to put console dot, and now we're accessing something inside the console. I'm going to put write line, which means we're going to be writing something onto the console, onto the screen, and I'm going to put hello world. And remember, because we're doing something, you have to put a semicolon at the end of that. So now if you do Control S, or there's probably another way of doing it, but it's easier just to do Control S. And now, just here, you can just click that run button, and it's going to start running the project for you. And when it's finished, you'll see a little box pop up. And if you wait a bit longer, and if you don't have an error, it should say hello world at the top of your file. So if you're not seeing this, or just make sure that you've typed exactly what I've typed. So now there's other things that we can do to make the console more fancy. So if we're accessing the console, we have to put console dot again, and you'll see different things like background color. So we can put, and if you click on it and press tab, or you can just write it out. And it's the American spelling for colour. You have to use the correct spelling, even if you're British. And if you just put some, or actually, I think you might have to put equals and then yellow. I'm not exactly sure about how you do that one. It might be like this. Does that work? I don't think so. So there's loads of things online. I'm not actually very good with the console, so if there's something you want to do, like change the background color of it, you can look online. But for now, I think we're going to be trying to get the basics done so that we can do something more exciting, like make a game. But the most basic thing is comments. So this, if you type 2 slashes, you'll get a comment, and anything you type after this, the code will ignore, so it won't give you an error when you're running it. So I can put this is a comment, and it won't think, what does that mean? But if I put it here, this is a comment, this is a, and it won't even let me type it. But if I just put here, this is a comment, and try and run that now, it's going to give us a weird error because it doesn't understand what that means. You can also have comments that are on multiple lines if you put slash and then star, and we have to close this by putting another star and then a slash. And anything we put in here, this is called a multi-line comment, so we can have this on lots of lines. Hello, 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 comment, and it will, and all of this will be described as a comment. And as you can see, we've got no errors or warnings, but errors is what we'd usually get. And you can also do this, so if I start typing some code, so this is valid code, and then I want a bit of it, a bit of the line to be in a comment, but if I put that, then the whole rest of the line would be, and then we'd get errors. So I could put a small comment in here, hello, and then if we start typing code in here, and that's not code by the way, but if you started typing code in there, it would work. However, I'm not going to because it might confuse you. So now let's get on to some more things like variables. So type string, public string. Public means that it will be in that you'll find it everywhere. So public string, and actually let's just use string, and I'm going to say string name equals, and here I'm going to type my name, MrCrompz, and now in here, instead of putting hello world, we want to put our name, but if we just say name in the quotes, we'll just get the word name, because we can't put it inside the quotes, because that's saying that it's that actual text. If we want to use the variable name, which we're setting to MrCrompz, you have to put name inside there without the things, and oh yeah, remember to put a semicolon at the end of that. And now if you run this, we should get MrCrompz at the top. Yes. Now what happens if we said my name is, then close that, and then put plus name? That means that we'd get my name is plus the variable name, which would be MrCrompz. So if we run that now, we get my name is MrCrompz. However, we didn't put a space in here, so there's no space between my name is and MrCrompz. But now, as you can see, it says my name is MrCrompz. So this is quite useful if you'd like someone to input their name and then gather that data. We're going to do more on variables and handling data in the next episode though, so I'm not going to teach you how to actually collect someone's data yet. Now what I want to do is say if, and this is an if statement. In an if statement we have to put parentheses to say that we're thinking something. So if name is equal to, and we have to put two equal signs, I don't know why, it's just the syntax. If name is equal to MrCrompz, which means if our name is MrCrompz, and remember to open this up, so we're saying if my name is MrCrompz, then I'm going to say console.writeLine that is me, that's impossible, and else, which means if it's not, then we can say console.writeLine something like welcome, and then plus name. And I'm just going to delete this line as well. So now if we run this, because my name is MrCrompz, it should be that is me, that's impossible. But if we change the name to something like scary house, then it should say welcome scary house. Yes, so that's some basic things that we can do with statements and variables. So that the last thing I'm going to show you is how to gather input that isn't in a string and it's a number. So delete everything in main for now, and instead put int. That declares that it's a number between 0 and something like 255. I think it's 255. And give the variable a name again. So I'm going to say number, or num for short, num of people, and set it to 5. And now I'm going to say if num of people is greater than 7, greater than 2, and number of and it's number of people. Number of people is and number of people is less than 10, then we can say console.writeLine, and now I'm just going to put number of people, so we're actually outputting the number of people. But else, if it's something else, then we can say console.writeLine. Oops. And I also think that we can put application dot. I'm not sure if we can do this. No, we can't. So yeah, or maybe invalid data. So what I'm going to run this, and we should see 10 pop up. Oh, 5, yes, because the number of people is 5, which is greater than 2 and less than 10. In the comments, I want you to tell me what would have happened if number of people was 11. But anyway, that's it for this video, and bye. I hope you learned a bit. In the next episode, we'll do a bit more with we'll collect other people's data that the person does. So in the next episode, we might be able to type into here. We might be able to type into here and actually now if we type, it will just exit out. But what we're going to do is make it so that we can type something into there and it will do something depending on what we type. But anyway, that's it for this video, so bye.